3. 1, 2, 3. Well, hello people, it's Vania here and I'm ready to tell you the most exciting story. So today's story titled When Mrs. Barley Pat My Head. So without any further ado, I'm going to start with Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time there once lived a girl named Carla, a homeless, grumpy girl who lived her life feeling like a bird up in the sky. And riding these little birds was the only way she'd be able to survive. That's a crime! But who cares? Don't ever think that she was the kind of antisocial person. In fact, she was a member of one of the most terrible gangsters ever in the town, called the pickpocketers. Well, at least that's how she socialized. And it was the day when the pickpocketers was planning to go across the town for a certain reason. There would be a full celebration, and it'd be so much easier for them to run their mission as pickpockets. So they hit the road with all the tools they had prepared before. Pickpocketers, I want you to work as humble as you could. Show your best attitude to people around. Grab the wallet and screw it up. So scatter. Now. And they began to run their mission. Well, it took a few minutes for Carla to finally find it. Oh, a wealthy woman with a golden rings on her finger. So she walked closer towards that woman with hands on her back. But a second before she started her action, suddenly she heard someone was pointing and yelling at one of her partner. Hi, pickpockets! Go get them! No, go get them! They were in a group! The pickpockets were panicking and they had nothing left to do but to escape and limp to their best camp. The situation was getting disorganized and the celebration was unexpectedly cancelled. Carla pulled her black mask on as she spontaneously walked hurriedly, but it was too late for her to escape until someone grabbed her hands and dragged her to a shop house near the village. Let go of my hand! Yelled Carla to a girly guy who took her. I won. Mommy! I'm glad I've got. Ah! Don't bite me, you road girl! And they kept bickering until a grown woman came and hesitating that a creep broke. Robin, my darling, who do you take you? So everyone, it's time for us to meet Mrs. Trisha Barley. Let's just call her Mrs. Barley. She was the owner of the bakery called Cookie Head. Red lipstick, red apron, and curve-shaped glossy hair. That's how she looked like. And she lived with her only son named Robin Barley. Yeah, the young coquettish man. And it was undeniable that he was a pretty annoying and bad-tempered person. Mommy, everything was fun until she and Aunt Eliza came in and everything. We lost all customers in a blink of eye, and it's all your fault. I won't feel sorry for denouncing you to the security, said Robin annoyingly. An ignorant guy like you could only talk carelessly. Shut up, will you? Yelled Carla to Robin. But Mrs. Barley remained silent, and it seemed like she got amazed with a person in front of her, so her hands unconsciously approached Carla's head and patted it. Beautiful, she mumbled. Carla was running, but she couldn't lie that somehow Mrs. Barley's touch had comforted her. No, she shouldn't be acting this way. So she pushed Mrs. Barley's hand and said, let me go, and I grant you that this will be our first and last encounter. Well, I beg you, said Scarlet. But Mrs. Barley agreed and answered, whew, okay, I want you answer to the security in one condition. Get yourself a job here, and I'll show you that this appointment would be so much beneficial for both of us. Well, actually, Scarlet didn't really have a choice, because one of the things that she prevented as a pickpocket was to be involved with the security. So she had nothing left to do but to agree of what Mrs. Barley had declared. The night was coming. Oh, there she was, sitting on the cold floor and pondering. For the very first time in her life, someone provided her an appropriate place to stay and even hired her as a bakery clerk. Weird. No, she wouldn't mind herself to care about people. They didn't even care about her either, right? So she covered up herself with a blanket and fell asleep. Without even realizing that Mrs. Bunny was there, she said her and she went back to her room. Good morning! Mrs. Bunny came and she brought Carla a napkin and a set of makeup tools. Fun fact, Mrs. Bunny was craving for a dog back then, but Robin Bunny was the God's best bestowed for her. Robin, come here. Scarlet, this is your first day and I want you to do your best, okay? I'll be there to help you, said Mrs. Farley, and Scarlet nodded firstly. The weird open face started her first experience as a bakery clerk. It was hard at first, and she got annoyed by how often Robin being bossy all the time, and he was forcing her to keep a smile on her face. Scarlet, keep a smile on your face, will you? Will you? But don't worry. Mrs. Barley was always there to help her all day, all night, passionately with her keep it principle. Don't stop. Well, keep it fast, keep it clean, keep it small, and keep yourself grounded. And by the way, Scarlett had met a lot of customers with different personalities. The normal one, the fussy one, and the last but not least, the flirty one. Honey, can I get a large cheesecake your mama wanted it? Well, that last one knows Scarlett pretty well. Day passed day, and Scarlett got a new life. She was in Scarlett the pickpocket that we used to know, even though, well, she was still a little bit grumpy. And it was a tough day when everything was fine until a grown man came and hit the table brutally. Scarlett, you've got a dog here? Well, your friend was staying there in a holy jail. Honey, you know the rules pretty well, Scarlett. It was Andy, the leader of the pickpocketers. Scarlett was upset and she nearly lost herself. He found her. Andy, move away. It's not the right place to hold a fight, said Scarlett in a cold tone. Andy smirked and said, Scarlett, don't make things complicated. Daughter of the inmates couple, so they had brought us such an immortal daughter like you. What a perfect combination. Anyway, she's a criminal too. Scarlett couldn't hold it any longer. She punched him on the face and he pushed him until he fell down peacefully. Enough is enough, Andy. And she ran away with an unreadable face. Her tears were running down swiftly. All the pain she caught, and she was brittle at the part where she wished she was strong. 10 years ago, a 7-year-old girl who lived in a nightmare. They slapped her. They punished her for being a normal kid who was craving for more attention. Being called useless like she was their biggest regret. Being a victim of domestic violence when people around her tended to blind themselves, and the crowd somehow didn't work for her. And all the pain she got had formed her into an untouchable person. When raindrops fell down from the sky, and it got her body wet. But as soon as she opened up her eyes, and what she found was Mrs. Farley holding onto an umbrella. She patted Scarlett's head discreetly and said, "Oh, it was you, and that's why I'll let you in. But Scarlett, we couldn't change our past, but to leave our beautiful future for ourselves. Keep your chin up. Where's Scarlett, the fierce girl that I used to know?" Scarlett cried once again in the arm of Mrs. Farley. And it was the first day when she took her first step to live a better new life. That's all for me. Time to say goodbye.